marketplace. Let me, on a lighter side, share an example, an anecdote. There was an examination going on. It had 100 questions, 100 statements, and each statement was to be classified as true or false. Either it was true or it was false. As soon as this examination started, the invigilator noted that a student had started tossing a coin. So he approached him and asked him what he's doing. Well, sir, I'm tossing a coin. But why are you tossing a coin? Well, sir, if it's heads, the answer is true, and it's tails, the answer is false. Anyway, after some time, the student settled down, closed his answer copy, started to look relaxed and happy, and doing things which examinees generally do, staring at the ceiling, drinking liters of water, okay, muttering to themselves, going to the washroom for no rhyme or reason. But then as the examination was about to end, he once again became very active and once again started tossing the coin. So the invigilator went to him and asked him, what the hell are you doing now? Without battering an eyelid, the student answered, sir, I'm rechecking my answers. My friends, in ICAP examinations, you don't have to answer statements as true or false. You hardly have an opportunity to review your answers. The memorization or learning by rote is not an option because they're also tested for application of knowledge. The course contents are very wide. Remember what G.K. Chesterton said? That there are no rules in architecture for castles in the air or castles on the cloud. My friends, this world has now shrunk. It is now we are now close to each other, and there are some advantages that arise out of this closeness. There's greater mobility, there are better opportunities for us, but there are also challenges because this world is now very volatile, it is very uncertain, it is very complex, and it is very ambiguous. So my friends, to survive and do well in this world, you have to have a broad amount of knowledge. Edmund Hillary, a renowned mountaineer, the first man to set foot on Mount Everest, remarked that we don't conquer mountains, but we conquer ourselves. My friends, you have also conquered yourself. You have imagined, you have believed, and you have achieved. Congratulations on taking this very important step forward. It's not only for the betterment of yourself, but for your family, for your loved ones, for the society in general. I'm happy to see a lot of families here, and for them I've got two messages. One is, of course, a congratulatory message. I congratulate them on the success of their sons and daughters. At the same time, I also thank them for blessing a profession with such wonderful talent. Let me assure you that your role has been crucial in their success. अल्लाह ने आपके बच्चों को बहुत सी खूबियों से मालामाल किया है, नवाजा है. उसके बारे में कुछ आगे चल के जिक्र करूंगा, लेकिन इस वक्त मैं इतना अर्ज करूंगा that we are as proud of your sons and daughters as you are. For my young friends, I have a story to share. A young boy, a very smart lad, with wonderful academic career, A+ grades all throughout, applied for a job in a multinational company. After a series of interviews, he landed up in the office of the chief executive officer of the company for his final interview. The CEO looked at his biodata, which was very impressive, and asked him that you must have won a lot of scholarships in school. The boy replied, none, sir. I didn't earn any scholarship in school. Then your father must have paid for it. No. My father died when I was just a year old. My mother paid for it. Where does your mother work? My mother washes clothes to eke out a living. The CEO asked the young lad to show me your hands. The boy showed the hands, which are very smooth, very polished. The CEO asked, have you ever helped your mother clean clothes? No, sir, my mother would not let me do that. Her only request is that I should study, study, and study. And of course, she can wash clothes much faster, much quicker than I can, and much cleaner. Okay. I have a request for you, said the CEO. When you go home today, go and wash your mother's hands, and then come and see me tomorrow. The boy was surprised. The boy was surprised. He had prepared very well for the interview. There was hardly any questions. Anyway, he went home and requested his mother, Mummy, can I wash your hands today? The mother was also pleasantly surprised, but also very happy. She asked the boy to clean her hands. And the boy started cleaning the hands slowly. And for the first time, he realized that his mother's hands were very wrinkled. They had bruises in them. And some of the bruises were so deep that when he used to pour water into it, she would shiver with pain. For the first time in his life, he realized that what pain and agony his mother has gone into to get him the education and to put him into life where he is today. Tears started rolling his eyes. The bruises that his mother had was the price she paid for his education, for his betterment. Anyway, he washed her hands, then he washed the remaining clothes that were there. That night, the mother and son talked to each other for a very long time. The next morning, the boy goes back to the CEO's office, and the CEO sees that there are tears in his eyes. They ask him, son, what have you done? What was your experience last night at your home? The boy replied that, sir, I washed my mother's hands, and I washed my mother's clothes. What were your feelings? Well, sir, first of all, for the first time, I appreciated the pain that my mother had gone through to give me the education that I have achieved. Also, for the first time, I realized that how difficult it is to work with someone and to get a job done. And thirdly, and very importantly, I now value the importance of family life. The CEO remarked that these are the exact qualities that I'm looking for in my manager. I want somebody who can appreciate the contributions that other makes to the work, who can, feel the pain and agony that other goes through to get a job done, and who don't run after money alone. You are hired. The boy went on to serve that organization for a long time and achieved the highest office. My young friends, the ball is now in your court. You have to now repay back the debt that you owe to your parents and to your loved ones through your undevoted attention, love, cherish, etc. Michelangelo, the renowned sculptor, once remarked that every block of stone has a statue, but it takes a sculptor to take it out to discover it. My friends, without any doubt, you're very smart, you're very capable, you're very competent, but it was your teachers, your tutors, who unearthed your talent. And I see some of them here. I see Sharif Tabani here and others. They've done a wonderful job, and I commend them for this excellent work. The key difference between our profession and the others is the practical training of 3.5 years that our students have to undergo. That is the key reason, that's the only reason why there is zero or very low unemployment in our profession, why our salaries are so high, why there is so much global mobility in our profession. My friends, you must thank your principals, your managers, your support staff. They provided you an opportunity to work. They gave you, they mentored you, they guided you, and they have a very important role to play in your success. I must also compliment the Southern Regional Committee for the excellent work that they're doing. I was talking to Mr. Zafar Subani a short while ago. The first of such program was organized in 93 and 94 when I and Zafar were together on the SRC. It was a very small function. There were hardly 20 or 25 people there because that was the number of people qualified. The age group was in the mid-30s. Some had gray hairs. The profile has changed a lot over the years. I understand now that the average age in this millennium has been 27.3 years for those qualifying. And on average, it takes 8 years for a person to become a chartered accountant. I still believe there is room for improvement, and both the number of years can come down, and the age should also come down, but a vast improvement from our days. My friend, now you have got a very important tool in your hand. The certificate that you're going to receive today is absolutely vital in your career and your development. But it's not only the certificate that you have. From now on, your progress would be measured by the tools that you have been empowered with, how effectively you use those tools. The future, my friends, is in your hands and your own hands. The future is exciting and challenging, but it would be dependent upon you to benefit the most out of it. Now, I would not like to lecture you upon the qualities or the things that you should do from now on to get the most out of this qualification, for you have ably demonstrated that you have all the qualifications that every successful person should have. Let me share them with you. Number one, you are ambitious. You can dream big. And that is the reason why you choose to acquire yourself a signature qualification that empowers you to lead. You are courageous. People are afraid to enter the CA profession because they're afraid to fail. That didn't deter you, and you proved it by your efforts that you were right. You are committed. Once you choose upon yourself this task, you work day and night for it. Put long hours in your firm, studied in the evenings, went through a tough regime of examinations and succeeded because you are committed. You are very well prepared. The subjects that you have studied and the training that you have undergone, or you are undergoing if someone has not yet completed his training contract, is something out of the ordinary. Okay? You don't get this much exposure in any other job that you get in 3.5 years when you work for a CA firm or a professional firm. You get an opportunity to audit a bank, look after the financial affairs of an insurance company, of a textile mill, etc., etc. So your training is very broad-based. You are a continuous learner.